pantes. In this lesson, we're learning z, e, th, and I, plus the breathing marks a and ha. Firstly though, someone shared a tip with me that helped them learn the Greek alphabet. It sounds obvious, but try noticing how similar the letters look to more familiar Latin letters. For the record, the animation I have playing here is not a historical representation of how the letters developed between the two scripts. However, I just wanted to animate this so you can see some visual similarities between Greek and Latin letters, in case that helps you learn. Firstly, let's take a close look at these tiny symbols. This one, the smooth breathing mark, does nothing. It indicates literally nothing. This one, the nearly identical rough breathing mark, indicates that there is a h sound. So this is a, and this is ha. A, ha. Likewise, this is e, and this is he. E, he. Breathing marks are usually only added to the first letter of a word, and only if it starts in a vowel. At this point, you might be wondering why there has to be a symbol for an absence of the h sound, and why that symbol has to look so much like the symbol it is negating. Honestly, there is no good reason to retain the smooth breathing mark in modern orthography. It literally conveys no information. And mere tradition is not a compelling argument, as we are totally fine with going against tradition when it comes to adding spaces between words and adding punctuation in modern editions of ancient texts. I have a disclaimer on all of my Greek videos where I explicitly state, I do not write the smooth breathing mark in my orthography of ancient Greek. This is to give it greater contrast against the almost identical looking rough breathing mark. Removing the smooth breathing enables the rough breathing mark to become more discernible to all sighted humans, with varying degrees of vision impairments and at lower screen resolutions and smaller font sizes in all lighting conditions. Essentially, removing the smooth breathing mark makes Greek more readable without sacrificing any information whatsoever. If you either agree or disagree with my practice of removing the smooth breathing mark, I've made a web app called removesmoothbreathing.com with hyphens that allows you to either remove or add back in smooth breathing marks with no loss of information either way. In any case, for the sake of learning them right now, let's practice recognizing the difference. I'll start by contrasting rough breathings with no marks, and then rough breathings with smooth breathings. Ha. Ha. Ah. Ah. E. E. He. He. Ha. Ha. E. E. He. He. Ah. 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 Ha. Ha. Ah. Ah. Ha. Ha. He. He. E. E. He. He. E. E. And now, let's learn our 4 letters for the day. Z is for Zoe. Zoe means life. The letter name for Z is Zeta. Z is always a double Z kind of sound, and it is retracted just like the S's. It's like the voiced version of S, and it's always a double letter. Zoe. Z. 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 Zoe. Zoe. E is for hemera. Hemera. The letter name is eta. Eta. Note the rough breathing mark at the start of hemera. Hemera starts with the h sound, but that's not because this letter makes a h sound, just the rough breathing mark on top of it makes the h sound, and the letter eta makes a e sound. E. This e sound is a long version of the epsilon. Epsilon is e. Eta is e. Long e. 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 Hemera. Hemera. Hemera means day. Th is for thronos. Thronos is a throne. The letter name is theta. Theta. Theta makes a fricative th sound in Lucian pronunciation. Th. Th. Thronos. Thronos. I is for hippos. Hippos. Hippos means horse. The h sound at the start of it is the rough breathing mark. I've got to be careful as an English speaker not to make that rough breathing mark go hippos, because that's going to be a different letter coming up. I have to say very, very lightly, hippos. Hippos. The letter name for the I sound is iota. Iota. It can have a long E sound or a short I sound. If it's a long E sound, in some texts it will be written with a macron, that long line, indicating that that iota is a long iota. I. 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 Hippos. Hippos. Now let's practice these syllables. I will say each sound separately and then say the whole syllable 3 times. Z, a, za, 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 z, e, ze, 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 z, e, ze, 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 z, I, zi, 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 th, a, tha, 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 th, e, the, 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 th, e, the, 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 th, I, thi, thi, thi. Now the old consonants, v, a, va, 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 v, ve, 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 v, ve, 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 v, I, vi, 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 g, a, ga, 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 g, e, ye, 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 y, e, ye, 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 y, I, yi, 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 th, a, tha, 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 th, e, the, 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 th, e, the, 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 th, I, the, the. I'll sound these out and then put them together again. Th, a, tha, tha, tha. Z, a, za, za, za. Z, I, zi, zi, zi. Z, e, ze, ze, ze. Th, e, the, the, the. Th, I, thi, thi, thi. A, ha, ha, ha. I, he, he. Notice I'm not going to go he. That's a different sound. This is h, I, he, he, he. I, I, I. E, he, he, he. V, I, vi, vi, vi. G, a, ga, ga, ga. Let's sound out this full word. A, g, a, th, e, a, g, a, th, e, a, ga, se, αγαθέ, αγαθέ. Αγαθέ means good in the feminine form. That's all we have time for today. Make sure you check out the interactive Quizlet flashcards with sound and pictures linked in the description, and see you in the next episode. Eroste.